Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are about to have lots of fun on some really amazing information, and you can have results or excuses, and you can't have both. So, tonight we enter the wild world of nutrition where I will share with you 30 years of experience, over 21 different nationally recognized certifications, and about 80,000 hours of invested information and wisdom I'm going to share with you tonight. So, Lloyd Fitness. So let's have some fun. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So, I hope you're ready for tonight, because I am super enthusiastic about sharing what we're going to talk about tonight. Hopefully you had some value last night. I appreciate you showing up. I love each and every one of you, honestly, and this is what I love to do, so I'm super enthusiastic about sharing it with you. So, well, thank you, Lloyd. Hey, if I would greatly appreciate it if you share this with all of your friends and your loved ones, because what I'm sharing with you tonight is probably going to be a little different than what most of you may have heard, and probably all of you have listened to me in some form or fashion. What's up, Miss Steph? Happy birthday here recently. I'm going to talk about all the stuff that you hear me talk about, and we're going to get into specifically how we can make it work for you. So let's get to work and let's have some fun. Most importantly, hey, what I would love to do now is I would love to know if this is your first scope, press or put a 1 or a yes. Oh yeah, Angie Lee Health. Tonight's the night, young lady. So I'm going to put my phone on this little stand so we can get to work and have some fun. So hang on a second. So if this is your first scope, push a 1 or a yes. Both are fine. Both are acceptable. All right. All right. All right. Straighten this out here a little bit. So can everyone hear me okay first off, so I can make sure we are technically proficient and ready to rock and roll? Yes, Miss Rachel Weiss, great to see your smiling face. So I may have some music playing periodically. I kind of like some tunes in the background. Does that bother any of y'all if I have music on in the background? No? Jamming some Fog Hat right now. Nope. Awesome. Any special requests? So hey, perfect. Are y'all ready to have a great time? If you're ready to have a great time, say yes. Or type yes. Yes. What's up, Miss Debbie Owens? All right. So let's get to work. Let's have some fun, okay? What's up, Miss Dina? So here's the first thing that I'm going to share with you, okay? And I'm going to share with you kind of how I got into this stuff, and really how I can help you to kind of understand how it may be able to work for you, okay? So just a little quick snop. Y'all have all been around me and probably experienced a lot of the information. First off, I express my gratitude for you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to share this on the level that I do. So first off, I appreciate and honor and I love each one of you, and I'm here to support you and to provide value in whatever way that I can. If it's information, if it's support, if it's resources, if it's people that you require for connections, let me know. That's what I'm on the planet to do, is to serve, and you being first most and priority, okay? So I'm currently 37 years young, and I have been doing this since I was 7. Like, this is what I do. I have had a huge thirst for it at a very young age. I started lifting weights with my dad when I was 7. I had my first gym membership to a World's Gym in the 5th grade, where I used to work out with my brother. So I was always really heavy into it, you know, and I also got picked on when I was little. I got punched in the face a couple times. My brother used to tickle me until I peed on myself. So bless him, now he's in heaven. And I say that to say this. Subconsciously, I was looking for a way to get bigger, or to have some type of defense mechanism to where people wouldn't pick on me. So that's what I did. Subconsciously, I didn't know that was the fear, the void that I was feeling. Whatever it is, either way, it worked out great, because here I am and here's what I get to do, okay? it wasn't until early in my 20s when I really started digging into a lot of really amazing stuff. I started getting in. I was managing training departments for 24 Hour Fitness for about 7 years. And it was when I was about 25 that I came down with a family issue. And here's the issue. I found out my dad had prostate cancer. And if any of you have had an experience with that, or you are currently in one, either yourself or someone you know, go ahead and tell me what it is. Just put cancer, just put whatever it is so I can get an idea of where you're at, and I'll filter my information around making sure that I provide value for you along the way. Nothing's off limits, so whatever you choose to discuss, it's all good. So if you have something, go ahead and put it in and we'll keep cruising. So what happened is that when I found out my dad had prostate cancer, liver cancer, uncle, okay? Resentment is what you want to think about on that one. So I'm going to write these down too. Liver. Heart attack, Lyme. Lyme is a tough one. So, okay. So back to my dad. So when I found out my dad had prostate cancer, I basically went through all of my resources, all of the doctors, all of the people that I know, and I asked them, hey man, what should I do? And it probably doesn't surprise you. And to be perfectly honest with you, welcome to Just Join. I got no answers of what I discussed with you today. More than likely how we got connected with the information I talk about. I got none of that information. Everything was completely off. Nothing was congruent. There was nothing around drinking clean water. Nothing around food. Nothing around your thoughts. Nothing around your emotions. And nothing around the airs that we breathe. So here's what I'm inviting you to consider. How Chris and I and how we preach what we practice, if you will. Welcome, Kiana. Fast. What I found out is these are the most important things. What's up, Pete? After 80,000 hours I've calculated all this stuff over time. 80,000 hours I have invested, okay? And I don't say that as a pat on my back. I say that because I am super geeked out about what I love to do, and this is it. So, what I base information off on is air, water, food, and consciousness. Air is the first thing that we would die without. Water is the second thing that we would die without. Food would be the third one. And, oh, hey, Debbie, be safe. Wear your seatbelt. Have an awesome trip. Thank you for stopping by and investing your time. I appreciate you. Air, water, food, and consciousness. Never, ever did I hear ever anything about that from all the people that I've talked to and associated with. This is just something, Keto OS, that's right. This is just something that came about on my journey of having trials and tribulations. Well, when this came down, I really got into food-based healing unknowingly. I got into doing about 4,000, 5,000 hours of disease-specific nutrition reversals, like understanding why kiwis reverse asthma, why coconut oil at 56 grams a day is great for subduing AIDS and HIV viruses. Getting into that kind of information. I never heard about it, never even knew that it existed. I knew at a young age, lupus. That's a day, we'll have to talk about that one. There's multiple different kinds. But what I'm telling you and what I'm sharing with you is that the medical community does not understand this. And let me give you a staggering statistic. Less than 6% of graduating physicians have a minimum of 3 hours of nutritional education. Now, I say that to say this. I think that the medical community has amazing technologies. For example, one of my friends, bless her heart, she just passed away. One of my good friend's daughter had literally 2 double lung transplants, which means they cracked open her chest, Black & Decker style, saws, all that stuff, took her lungs out, put a set in, patched her back up. She lived for quite some time. Then she had to get a new pair. So they did the same thing again, and it worked again, and then she finally came down with cancer.
So what I'm inviting you to consider is that the advancements that we have available are staggering with what that they can do with human beings. And what I'm also saying, heaven's yes, bro, not hell yeah, heaven's yes. What I'm also suggesting to is this. I think it would be a million times fold more effective if they discussed foods and they discussed not eating Kentucky Fried Chicken and fried chicken and Jell-O and mashed potatoes made from a box in the hospital. That does nothing for you. And the issue that I have is that 2 of my clients are the top GI docs in Texas. So when I say GI, gastrointestinal, I have 2 of the highest qualified ranking doctors that are my clients. And here's what I have to share with you. One day we were working out, and I'll leave their names out. We'll just call them Bob and Sally, and they're both men, okay? So I said, hey, Bob and Sally, I said, I have a question for you. I said, how much of a difference or impact do you think what we eat and put in our mouth has an effect on our body, our immune system, our gut, our digestive process, our autoimmune situations? And they looked at me and they said, I don't think it has anything to do with that. And I was like, you gotta be shitting me, man. Are you kidding me? I was like, I'm no freaking rocket scientist, and I tell you this much, you wouldn't go to the gas station and put some freaking sugar in your gas tank, would you, and expect your car to drive appropriately? I mean, let's just get a survey here. For you, my awesome people, what do you think about that? Do you agree or do you disagree with that philosophy, or at least that outcome? Not a wrong or a right. I just desire to see where everyone's at, where you are at specifically. So does that make sense to you? If that makes sense to you as far as thinking that that line of thinking is off its mark, yes. Disagree. Perfect. Not looking for validation, just looking to see my tribe and see if everyone is on the same page. And get some water. Alright. So, or wait, disagree. It's all good. So, it's kind of crazy, and here's what I'm inviting you to consider is that ultimately every day you walk in the bathroom and you walk by that smiling, beautiful person in front of that mirror, you look at that person and say, you know what, today you are the individual that is going to take care of yourself and take full responsibility for you making sure that you have the information, the wisdom, the accountability, the support to make sure that you thrive, because no one else is going to do it. Okay? So on my journey, we were able to get my dad rigged up and fixed up. He had his prostate removed, and now we're doing all kinds of nutrition stuff, so it's all good. But what I would have liked to know is that prostate specifically is a lack of lycopene, which is found in tomatoes, which is found in high levels in watermelon, which is also good for having zinc from pumpkin seeds and oysters. That would have been great to know. Would you agree or disagree? Feeling a little fiery today. Some body language. That's right. So, yes, and agree. Awesome. All right. So, on my journey, heavens yes. That's right. Fast learners. You're amazing. I love each one of you. You're awesome. So, check it out. So, on my journey, once we got my dad rigged up, I myself went through a lot of emotional struggles. I was suicidal. I was in jail for 7 months. I was 250 3 different times. I have been probably dead almost 10. Cancel clear, I choose my life, my loving life. And I can tell you that all of these journeys have led me to this point to be able to share this wisdom with you, to help you with wherever you're at, lovingly, unconditionally. I love you no matter what you think, who you are, and where you're at, okay? So what I found is that a lot of the information that's out there, all of it probably has some truth, right? That's right. Choose my life. So a lot of it has some truth, and what you get to understand is that there's literally 7 billion people on the planet, and each one is different. So for me to say, hey, this may work for you, it may and it may not. The idea is to be open-minded and objective about what you are experiencing, using data, using daily check-ins, hour-to-hour check-ins to see how you feel and what works best for you. Okay, so I've been 250 3 different times and having to go through a lot of different ringers to get there, and have finally come out the other side and have figured a way to not just look good on stage, but look good every day and still enjoy pizzas and cupcakes. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you about today is we're going to look at exactly what's going on in your life, what results you're looking for, what specifically you are dealing with, and we'll talk about that too, my brother. And I'm going to share with you what I know to help you where you're at. Okay? So Terrell just asked me, how's my vegan going? And honestly, I still have meat on occasions, and I can tell you this much, bro. Only regret that I have is I wish that I would have done it sooner. Okay? I wish that I would have done it sooner, because how I feel is amazingly different compared to when I have meat. Massive difference. Okay? So, let's have some fun. Yeah, man, trust me, dude. The biggest thing was finding a protein source that could take the place of my turkey. I still have eggs. I have beef on occasions. And you know what's really important is that a lot of our high-level thinkers like Einstein, Nikola Tesla, those people were vegetarians. Here's the deal. We talked about this for a minute yesterday. We talked about cross-species transference. Have any of you heard of cross-species transference except for Tiffany Russo? No. Jamming some Eminem. Gia, you have? By me? Alright, so check it out. So cross-species transference, okay? Here's what it is. Can we all agree that everything on the planet has an energy, okay, awesome, has an energy signature? Meaning everything, like from plants to foods that we eat to flowers, everything has an energy signature. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Awesome. Yeah, baby. Lots of molecules. Awesome. Thank you, Rachel Weiss. Okay, so check it out. No. You don't agree with that? Nunnally? Munnally? Okay, either way, it's all good. So for those of you that do believe this, here's what I invite you to consider next. Everything that we eat has an energy signature that jives. Interesting. I'd be willing to hear your point of view in a normal dialogue conversation. Everything on the planet is made up of atoms, period. It's made up of energy, which means that it has an energy signature of some type. So, either way. So here's what you got. When we take something on or when we eat something, that energy signature either A, jives with our own physiologically and we feel good, or it does not. So now take this into account. If we have animals and that we are eating, and maybe they're turkey, for example, I'll give you my example. Turkey, what I was noticing is that when I would have turkey, I would be on the computer working with my business partner, and I would start to get aggressive mentally, meaning my thoughts. I would be kind of just kind of irritated and kind of snappy. I'm like, why am I acting this way? I don't choose to act like that. I choose to be loving and respectful and to be working together, not causing conflict. It's not like me normally to think and function like that. So here's what I noticed. When I pulled out the turkeys and switched over to the stuff that I'm eating now, it was amazing how I felt, A, how my nervous system felt, B, how my mindset felt, how clear my thoughts were, and how less aggressive and more grounded I was. Here's what I invite you to think about. Whenever we eat something, you are going to take on the energetic experiences and signatures of that food, good, bad, or indifferent. If that food has been lived in a life of fear and turmoil and whatever, if you're eating beef, do the math. If you're eating chicken, do the math. If these animals have not been taken care of well and they are living in that type of environment, then guess what? When you take that food on, you now have a signature of that situation, plant, animal, whatever, in your body now marinating with your physiology. Think about it. Does it not make sense? You don't think that just because you eat it that it has no effect on you? If that's the case, then we could eat Whoppers all day long and everyone would feel amazing. Would you agree or disagree? Does that make sense so far? Are we all on the same page, or do I get to describe it a little bit differently to hopefully help you to understand it? If you all agree, say yes. If you don't, say no. Either way, it's okay. It's just my experience. You're completely entitled to yours. Let's go, Eric. Open my mind up all day. All day. So now that we are all on the same page, yes, yes, yes. So we're all on the same page so far, except for Monthly. I don't know. How did that feel? Do you agree? What's up, brother? Did that make sense to you, Monthly, or does that not? Hey, Eric, I recognize your face now, bro. Thank you for all your feedback. I appreciate you, especially on that Periscope chat, and your comment was very wise, and I enjoyed your information. So now that we're all so far, I believe, on the same page, here's what I invite you to think about. If we're putting foods in, well, if you agree with the animals, what's different with plants? Interesting. So what I'm inviting you to consider are plants very rarely disturbed. That's correct. And plus they're grounded. They don't eat other animals. They eat what comes from the earth. Minerals. Now, if you take that into account and you think about some of the things that you eat, here's what I challenge you to do this week. Here's what I challenge you to do tonight or tomorrow. When you eat something, pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to how your thoughts are. Pay attention to if you feel aggressive, if you feel anxious, if you feel fearful. Pay attention to all these things. And then what I invite you to do, if you have a meal that has meats in it, the next meal, do a completely vegan vegetarian shake with just plants. And tell me what you feel like. That's right. I knew you would, bro. Tell me how you feel. Take notes. Be mindful. 30 minutes to an hour after you eat. And I would love to have your feedback. So tomorrow when you do this, today, when you get off the call, go on Twitter and put what you're going to do, what action steps you're going to take. And then do Facebook the same thing, and we'll create an open line discussion because I would love to know what you feel, and I'll gladly chime in and support you throughout the day, okay? Any questions on that so far? Or do you have any questions you would like for me to answer around that specific body of information? I appreciate all of your support, and I appreciate you all chiming in. It's important. I'm glad that we have this dialogue and can share and connect with each other. What's it called again? Cross-species transference. Any question? Good option to turkey protein resource. You know what I would do? I would really encourage you all to try Seitan. It's spelled Seitan. Thank you, Pete. And honestly, it's weird enough, it's a wheat gluten protein, which crazy enough, yes, just like that, is that from my experience, it doesn't affect me normally like a wheat gluten would. Like what's up, Miss Berazé? Like if I had wheat gluten from pizza or from pasta or something or bread, all my eyes get swell up, my nasal passages get kind of swell up. I don't experience that when I have this food. And one of my favorite meals is this. I'll have 5 ounces of that Seitan protein. I don't have to cook it. All I do is warm it up. You can eat it cold if you want. I'll do 5 ounces. I'll do a tablespoon of coconut oil, and I'll do half an avocado, and I'll put some Tony Chachere salt-free seasoning in it. And, dude, that's it for me. I feel amazing. My brain function is crisp. My body feels nice and on point. My inflammation level is way down. Like I had a hernia that I pulled in jiu-jitsu about 6 months ago that's almost 100% healed up. So my body's healing mechanisms has been amazingly different. My sleep has been deeper. My nervous system functioning has been dramatically different. When I have meats, I feel slow and sluggish. Not to say I'm not ever going to have it, because I do on occasions. If I go out to eat, I may have steak on occasion. Chris just did a Facebook post on veggie protein supplement. Worth a look. Cool. I don't usually watch many of Chris's videos. Not to say I don't like them. I just don't, because I see them all the time. Alright. So, any questions on that specifically? If there's any things I can directly help you with in your own level, let me know where you're at. That's interesting. Haven't checked it out yet from earlier's post. You thought that was funny, Lloyd. Terrell. Any questions on that? Do you have a recipe book, alt food options? You know what, brother? I believe that we do have a recipe book. It used to be one of our opt-in gifts. Let me find out about that for you, Eric, and I can find out for you and let you know. I know we have one for sure. I just get to find out where it's at. So welcome who just joined. We're right in the middle of having a heated discussion on plants and animals and all kinds of fun stuff. So hey, now that I've kind of given you a short synopsis of what I've experienced, kind of where I've been and what I've been through, I would love to know where you're at. What's your challenge? And let's discuss some things specifically for you. I'm going to first off touch on the liver deal from Kathleen. Okay, so this is important, because what I'm sharing with you right now is body language as I scratch the back of my right knee. So, liver cancer. Here's what I invite you to think about. By a typing in of a yes or no, my question is, can we all agree that we are spiritual creatures living in a physical body, having a physical experience? Agreed? Yes or no? Yes. Agreed? Yes. Miss Beersay, welcome back. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome, M. Ravies. Awesome. All right, so check it out. Hell yes. Heavens yes. So check it out, okay? With that being said, what I invite you to think about, and this is a mind expander. When I understood this, I was able to help people create miracles on the spot with this concept. Are you ready? Okay. With us being spiritual beings living a physical experience, I invite you to consider this. We break down emotionally or energetically or spiritually first before it ever happens physically. Now, did everyone understand that before I go to the next part? Yes. Pete, we get to touch base about your product too. Gia, yes. Okay, everyone good on there? Tara, are you getting hooked up today, huh? Your life's about to change, my brother. Your ability to support and serve your clients. Welcome, M. Ravies. We appreciate you stopping by, bro. Your life is literally, like each one of you on this call right now, if you listen to what I'm saying, which I know you are, think about what kind of impact you can have on yourself and the people that you love and that you get to serve. Because what I'm sharing with you is going to go way past the area of medicine and hospitals and personal training and lifting weights. I'm talking about helping someone spiritually and understanding when they say, hey, I've got liver cancer, you know exactly what's up. Exactly what's up. I know exactly what's up when someone says, I've got liver cancer. I say, all right, we've got some resentment issues. Then when I ask them, hey, do you have any resentment with mom or dad? And it's money every time. Like, first one, bam, in the gate, tears. Okay, and I'm not saying tears because that's what I enjoy doing. I'm saying tears because that's the emotional button that gets to heal. And if you don't feel, you don't heal. A lot of people have been conditioned to not feel and not try to feel. And when you don't feel your feelings, you're missing out on life. That's where all of the magic happens. So if you find yourself in some past experiences that you're holding on to, I invite you to today, right here, right now, give yourself permission to forgive whomever it is that you're holding on to. Because it's only affecting you and me if I were to be doing the same thing. So here's the deal. Let's talk about this. So anytime you have liver issues, automatically explore resentment. His mom, my 96-year-old grandma, passed away. It's a possibility. Resentment. Okay, so here's the thing. Each organ system has an emotional component that goes along with it. And isn't it funny how every time we get on a nutrition talk, it goes back to this? Every time. This is why body language is so massively important. Okay, liver equals resentment. Kidneys, unforgiveness. Right side male, left side dad, or left side mom. Body language stuff. All I'm sharing with you right now is body language, and we'll start tying in nutrition to it. Thyroid, anger. Hypothyroidism is mom. Hyper is dad or male figure. Now, when I say hyper, that's yang. That's like, go. Think hyper, think action, thinks male. Hypo, don't think slow, but think just opposite. It's female. Okay, so thyroid issues, people on thyroid medications, explore anger. Unresolved anger. Unresolved anger with a female or a male figure. I typically start with mom and dad because those are the first that are most prominent, and then work your way out. And here's the deal. When you ask a question, their body's going to tell you exactly what's up. You just sit there and watch. Okay? So we got kidneys, we got thyroid, we got liver. Just got a shiver through my body. It's truth coming home to you and you being aware of it and your body telling you that's what's up. Anytime you get chills, that's spirit speaking through you. Most of the time, my day consists of being stuck in a light socket, which is great. That's when I know I'm on my point. And then I just grab my wrist, which means I can be flexible with what I'm handling. Bada bing. Pete, what's up, Pete? Long time, buddy. So, all right, so let's go through some more things. Let's go through spleen. Yeah, chills is your indicator of whether you're functioning on your mark. Good to see you, brother. So let's go through spleen. Does everyone know what your spleen is or what your spleen is in charge of? If you know what your spleen is or you know what your spleen is in charge of in your body, let me know. Just say digestion, or how about immune building? Take your pick. It's important. That's the only reason why I ask. Kinda. That's all right. It's better than a no. So spleen. Spleen is good for immune system. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Immune system is extremely important. So a lot of times when people are immune system challenged, yes, that means that they have the mindset of, I can't. It's too hard. How many of you, by a show of a yes, have heard me talk about the saying, I choose to make this fun and easy? Hey, Ann, hey, welcome. If you've heard me say, I choose to make this fun and easy, say yes. Pete's in, Tiffany's in. Most of you are very familiar. Hi. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. We appreciate it. So right now we're talking about our spleen and how when someone comes down with immune system challenges, that's the mindset of I can't, it's too hard. So check it out. I can't, it's too hard is also our lymphatic system. So when people have lymph issues, meaning like they are coming down with lymphoma and things like that, welcome DC Sean. So when people come down with lymphatic issues, that's the mindset of I can't, it's too hard. So check it out. Let me share with you my story. I think you're going to kind of dig this. Let me get a little water break real quick. Okay? Is everyone having a good time? Is everyone gaining value from what I'm discussing so far? If not, let me know so I can switch gears for you. I can. Hey, if you could, please share it because I may go for about another 15, 20 minutes depending upon what we're going to cover. So here's what we're going to do right now. Please share it if you don't mind. So here's the next one. So one morning I was at the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was one of those mornings where I really drug myself out of bed. I probably should have honored myself and stayed in bed. So what I did was, as I was sitting there doing cardio at 5 a.m. and the whole time I'm like, man, this sucks. I don't want to be here. And I'm going around doing my thing. Freddie! That's my man. That's my Thai boxing coach. What's up, brother? We're talking about I choose to make this fun and easy. I know you'll dig this one. So I was at the gym at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sitting there going, man, this sucks. I don't want to be here. And the whole time, my nose is running, like literally, like I'm having to wipe it with my towel, like just, I'm like, what in the world's going on? Man, this sucks. I'm still going. Remember, this is hard, is lymphatic, snot, mucus, okay? So I'm cruising around doing my cardio. It's 5 a.m. Man, this sucks. And my nose is still running. And finally, I'm like, oh my gosh. Dude, I choose to make this fun and easy. And when I said that, dried up like a well. That fast. Okay? What I invite you to think about is this. Our body, God lives in our body. God is designed by our body. So meaning it has amazing capabilities if we give it the information that it requires through our language to change it immediately. And when that happens, your body language is going to start doing its deal, confirming your victory. So when I was sitting there cruising thinking, man, this sucks, and my nose is all running, Pastor Dollar did that. What? You know, Pastor Dollar, I listened to Creflo this morning. Yeah. That's my bro. I love Creflo Dollar, man. He's amazing. That's one of my favorite speakers. Do you go see? Oh, man, I'm going to have to come up there and hang out with you for that one, man, for sure. I'd like to shake the man's hand. I've actually sent money to him. That's how much I like his message. We'll talk about that. So carry on. Here we go. Creflo bet. So what I did is when I was doing that, I'm not my body, I'm my spirit on my runs. Yeah, so when I was doing that, I said I choose to make this fun and easy, and automatically it dried up. So here's what I'm inviting you to think about. When someone comes down with some type of cancer, this is the mindset. It happens in our mindset first. It means I can't. I need to and I can't. Cancer stands for can't, sir. I need to and I can't. I gotta, I need to, I can't. It all happens through our language. You speak a certain thing long enough, you will create thoughts, you will create actions, and you will create behaviors that accommodate your language patterns. Okay? So here's what I would like for you to discuss and like to think about. Instead of I need to, I get to. Even especially if it's something you don't want to do, I always tell myself, man, I get to go wash the dishes. I hate doing the dishes. Actually, I love doing the dishes. See how fast that works? I get to do this. I get to do that. When you don't want to do something, that's the first thing you do is, oh wow, I get to do this. How amazing is that? I'm so blessed, highly favored, deeply loved, all of that. Okay? So that's a big deal. Languaging is a big deal. That's the biggest deal. By our words we are justified, by our words we are condemned, period. You can tell exactly where someone's functioning by how they're speaking. Thank you. I needed this. You're very welcome. Hey, Anna. Hey, I thank you for stopping by. I see this is a very new one for you. It's great to see your smiling face. Thank you. I appreciate you dropping by and hanging out, and you're more than welcome to stay. So, hey, off of that, what did you gather? Love Buddha. Welcome. I love Buddha. So, hey, what did you gather off of that body of information that I specifically shared? What are some action steps or some value takeaways for you? And then I'll figure out what we're going to talk about next. We'll still go into some more emotional components. And instead of saying but, and I choose to see what you got off of that one. I didn't have the energy to go to the gym today, but then I changed my outlook and I decided to go. That's right, lymphatic system. I choose to make this fun and easy. We're jamming some Eagles right now. Y'all having fun or what? I am. So let's talk about some emotional components a little bit more. Okay? Yeah, buddy. So, does that make sense so far on how our emotions and our words, I am my strength? Yeah, so does that make sense on how your language plays a direct part in your health, in what you experience? And when something comes down or someone comes down with something, you automatically know what emotional systems are functioning. So then you can support them. And first off, here's what I encourage you to do. My words will affect my body, or my body will follow my words. And your body will follow your words, my brother. And yes, you're accurate. So we have spleen, 125. We have, so let's talk heart attack, okay? So our heart is all about love. And sometimes love equals pain. So if you literally have had a lot of heartache in your life, quote unquote, you could be in a potential position to experience more pain in your heart. Does that make sense? So let's talk about some foods, and let's talk about some things that you can do to help that, okay? I believe personally one of the most important things that you can do for heart health is CoQ10. CoQ10 ubiquinone is the form that is most bioavailable and user-friendly. And let me tell you how awesome our United States. How about this? I love the United States. I'm honored and super blessed to live here. And there's some people who don't necessarily like for us to have the greatest of things. And I say that to say this. CoQ10 used to be designed, built, manufactured in the United States until they started giving it to a bunch of people who had heart disease. And they started noticing they were coming off of their meds and they were starting to heal up. Then guess what happened? They said, get that shit out of here. We don't want to pick that in the United States because that's affecting our heart disease. And that's affecting all the beta blockers and the calcium channel blockers and all of the other stuff that goes along with having heart issues. Blood pressure medications. Then they shipped it out and started being made in China. Oh, by the way, I told a friend about the kiwi for his asthma, and he said he's never felt better. Boom! That's how it works right there, people. If someone has asthma or someone has breathing issues, first, you can give them a kiwi, and second thing you would explore is making sure and see if they're not functioning in fear. Lungs are all about fear and about survival, so thriving is the word of the day. Okay? So, CoQ10. Ubiquinol, amazingly helpful, like for your parents, for us, and I can tell you this, 95% of our cells' energy is made in the mitochondria of our cells, which is responsible by CoQ10. So if you're looking to dramatically improve your physical performance, CoQ10 is an amazing tool. That's right. CoQ10 ubiquinone. The next things is vitamin E through olive oil. Unheated. Don't heat olive oil. It changes the structure to where it's no longer recognizable by your body. Very important. Vitamin E. So people who have epilepsy and seizures and nervous system issues, vitamin E is the way to go. Great brain food. It's actually very high in chlorophyll, very high in antioxidants, and the vitamin E is actually what helps to scavenge free radicals. Just make sure you don't heat it. Don't cook with it. When you cook with it and you heat it, it changes the structure to where your body no longer recognizes it. If you're going to cook with oils, use coconut oil, use ghee, use butter. All three of those are fine, and here's the reason why. Water drink. Because those are saturated fats, and saturated fats don't change structure when you heat them. Okay? And that's important because obviously we would love to have our food make sure that it nourishes our body, not vitamin E capsules. I totally would recommend doing it as raw as possible. And here's the best way. If you're really looking to maximize your vitamin E consumption, make sure that you pair it with some type of green vegetable because the fat-soluble vitamins in vegetables are absorbed up through vitamin E through the olive oil. Okay? Definitely introduce olive oil on a regular basis. And here's something that's interesting too. Like my current nutrition program, I'm eating like 20% carbohydrates, like 30% protein, and maybe like 50% fats. And my body feels great. So it's crazy because a lot of the media and stuff has been so bad against anti-fat. And actually, it's the carbohydrates that are creating the issue. Outside of the good carbohydrates, yeah, 50%, hey Anna, or Ann. Everyone's different. If you're really desiring to have a conversation with me to dial down your nutrition, connect with me on thinkgreatloseweight.com. Shoot me a personal message. Go to Facebook. Spell CoQ10. CoQ-10. You can get it mostly anywhere. Connect with me on Facebook. Connect with me on Instagram. My Facebook and my Instagram is Brian TGLW. Brian Think Great Lose Weight. And you're connected with me on Periscope. If you'd like to have a further conversation, see if or how I can support you, just message me on one of those medias and we'll get you squared away. So, heart, we were talking about fats as in religions. What you mean? What you talking about, Willis? Diet. Yes, thank you. So, here's the thing. Each person is different depending upon what your lifestyle is, depending upon what your goals are, depending upon what your body's currently at physically, and what you're choosing to get it down to. All of that information is indicative of how you would create and structure things. So just because I do something doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you. And working with someone like myself to help you figure these things out can drastically shave the time off of your experience to no payments on conversations. I mean, if you decide to do something further, then we can discuss that. If y'all would like to enroll in the nutrition program, that's the one I'm putting on special tonight. So if y'all would like to do our nutrition program, here's the deal. If you go to thinkgreatloseweight.com, it's typically $4.99. If you enter the code nutrition and hit apply, it drops it down to $1.99. And let me explain to you this. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 6 hours of nutrition, just like what I'm talking about. With me and Chris, we go through about 7 or 8 different dietary theories, what you can do healthy about ketosis in the Atkins diet, the zone diet, the Mediterranean diet. We go through a lot of different theories to kind of give you some feedback on what we think with our experience. And we go through all of your foods from the grocery store from A to Z. Apples, why the apple has 300 phytochemicals in it, why it's high in pectin, why you can eat the seed because it has cyanide in it and it helps heal cancer cells, why it helps reverse irreversible heart disease because of the pectin, all that stuff. Like bam, 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 bam. And that, honestly, here's what I found. Out of all the nutrition stuff I've ever learned and listened to, I have never in my life only come across one other person who teaches what I do because that's where I learned it from. You don't find a whole lot of information on why kiwis reverse asthma and why coconut oil is great for AIDS and people with challenged immune systems. You don't find that stuff. What I'm empowering you to do today is to make a decision to invest in yourself, to empower yourself with the right information to change your life because it's available and it's all digital. All you got to do is plug into it. DG Turner, welcome. So if you would like to take me up on that, you're definitely welcome to. If you have any questions, shoot me a text or a message real quick. And I'm really only going to hang out for about another 4 or 5 minutes. So I would like to open up this last 4 or 5 minutes for any type of questions that you may have so I can support you where you're at. Let me know. Thoughts on watermelon? Yeah, it's actually really good. Very high in arginine. Arginine is a vasodilator, which means that it opens up your blood vessels. It also is actually very high in lycopene. So men with prostate situations, lycopene is amazing. And here's the deal. When you eat the watermelon, you need to make sure that you eat the white rind too. So maybe take that watermelon and take the white rind and throw it into a blender and blend it all up. Now here's a bonus for you. You can actually eat watermelon by itself for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days to dissolve out your kidney stones. So if you have kidney stones, eat watermelon. It will dissolve them out. And if you have kidney stones, a better thing to ask yourself is, who do I have unforgiveness towards in my life? That way you're actually getting to the root of the issue versus just hanging around on the surface area stuff. So one more question, then we'll call it a night. Bam! That's right. Straight to the bat cave. Any other questions? I appreciate all of you being involved for a good 40, 50 minutes we've been on the phone. That's actually typically a long time. Yeah, apples. I just discussed all of them. Did you hear? I went through a whole shebang. So we'll do it again for you since you're new, and I appreciate you being here. And yeah, my pleasure. Thank you too, my brother. I appreciate all your support with all my boxing stuff. So if you're ever in Austin, It's all good. I'll do it again for you. If you're ever in Austin, you're looking for an awesome Muay Thai coach, you need to come hang out with us 3 days a week. I'd like to get some green water, but I can get it some other way. Machine is too expensive. Yeah, get some distilled water or get some filtered water and squirt some lemon or lime in it. That will alkalinize it, and go buy some chlorophyll for $8 or $9. So here's your question. Hey, Ann A. Apples. How you like them apples? An apple a day keeps a doctor away is a very profound and true statement that I found. And it's funny, they say money can't grow on trees, but an apple business is $1 billion business. So don't always listen to those cliches. And apple seeds have cyanide. Matter of fact, all plant fruit seeds have cyanide in them, a lot of them. Cyanide in small amounts is actually helpful to kill cancer cells. Don't go get 50 apple seeds and put them all in one smoothie. That's not what I'm talking about. And when you eat an apple, eat everything but the stem. There's a lot of nutrients in the skin, so make sure you get an organic. In a Granny Smith apple, there's over 300 different phytochemicals, extremely high in pectin. So if you have constipation or if you are trying to reverse heart disease and clear out plaque in your arteries, the apple is one of your go-tos. It actually even has its own enzymes to help break itself down. How awesome is that? The apple is also what started it all. So eat the seeds too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The apple is what started it all, and Adam and Eve. Any other questions before we part? I've had a really awesome time sharing with you tonight. So, hey, check it out. I'm going to be doing a blab here within the next probably week or two. I'm going to be interviewing a good brother of mine named Mike Morelli at Morelli Fits. Got over 5 million followers. An amazing dude. I would encourage you to get comfortable with the blab, and that way you can participate. I'm going to interview him and ask him questions. You know him? Yeah, he's amazing. I love that guy. He's doing great stuff. I've been connected with Mike for a while now. Touch base. B. Yeah, let me know what's up, Kathleen, if you require some support for your uncle. It's never too late. Morelli Pudding. Yeah, he's got some awesome stuff. But what I'm going to talk to him about specifically is how to create a massive social media following. And it's by creating value and by connecting with like-minded people and understanding that there is no competition. If you are the best at what you do, there's no competition. There's only agreements and only ways to support people. Fear is competition. Love, support, and appreciation is coming together and actually using your resources to support more people and to allow God to do what he does through us all. So on that note, that's all I have. Have an awesome evening. I'll probably may do another Periscope tomorrow. Who knows? I'm feeling pretty inspired this week. And then I'll figure out what we're going to talk about. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Good night. Hey, M. Ravies. Sorry, brother. We're about to hop off. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Facebook, thinkgreatloseweight.com, or Brian Johnson. Message me. Let me know, hey, I'm approaching my 5,000 people mark. So let me know if you are on one of my scopes. Say, hey, man, clear me a spot, and I'll delete somebody just for you. So, message of today. Here's what I'll leave you with. Understand there's body language going on that's amazing. If you're truly looking to take your human experience to the next level, body language is where I would recommend going. Nutrition is going to be great, and when you can understand what your body is telling you emotionally, and you can understand if you are functioning in sabotage or you are in alignment, that's good information to know. So that's all I got right now. Connect with me. Have an awesome day. And remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, hey, and hey, you joined again. If you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Bye-bye.